Guyana, land of many waters, from the rivers that carve through its heart to the coast that greets the Atlantic. Guyana is a place of incredible wealth, a place of ancient forests, golden minerals, and oil beneath its waves. Yet, the real story of this country isn't told by what's in the ground, but by the hearts and hands of its people. This is a celebration of the people of Guyana. Born in the heart of Guyana, in the quiet town of Bartica, Phebe Wallerson embodies the spirit of her nation. She's the eldest daughter in her family and a proud mother of one. She holds a biology degree from the University of Guyana and has served in diverse roles, from community development work with the Guyana Red Cross Society to teaching language to serving as town clerk of the Bartica Town Council. With all of these accomplishments, Phebe still found time to start 2 businesses and publish her first book. Join us as she shares insights into her life, family, work, and reflections on social change.
For me, Bartica taught us how to live as one. It taught us that we were different, but we were still part of this greater community, and that community mattered most. And so moving forward in my life, that was one of the things that carried me, one of the principles that carried me, is seeing people as who they are and understanding that we're all humans at the basic of everything else. I don't necessarily think that my family had much influence. I've always been a person who goes after what I want. But happening to pursue a degree in biology, it came more by design than it did come by choice. I did well at CXC and all of my subjects were science subjects. And so I wanted to pursue a medical degree. I wasn't able to do that, but the pathway that I was taking at the time was to do 1 year of pre-med biology and then move on to medicine. But after my first year in biology, I fell in love with the entire field and I wanted to stay. So I ended up doing 4 years of study in biology. I've always done everything that I've done on the backbone of excellence. So whether I'm studying, whether I'm working on a project, it has always been to do it and to do it to the best of my ability. Coming from Bartica, at the time when opportunities weren't as vast as they are now, there was much in me that wanted to serve the community that raised me. And so when I got the opportunity to serve at the council, I saw it as a chance to really not just say you will do the work to develop the community, but to actively be part of what that development would look like, to be a person who would have been able to influence choice, to influence process. And so my service or my need to serve the community was given a chance to really bear fruit by the opportunity I was given to serve as town clerk. As town clerk, one of the greatest challenges was the delicate balance between regulation, compliance, and meeting needs. Sometimes the regulation, not sometimes, all of the time, the regulation is clear as day, and the need is also clear as day. And as a town clerk, you have to navigate between providing that service for the citizen in a way that abides with what the regulation needs. And those two things don't always agree with each other. And so for me, one of the greatest challenges was having a heart for people and seeing that the resources of the council would not have been at the time able to supply that need, and trying to figure out how we go between supplying the need, satisfying the citizen, which is the job, and using what we have at the time. I don't know that I have a philosophy of education. I can tell you that as a teacher, because of the teachers that I had, and I come from a long line of teachers, my entire maternal side, they're teachers. And I was fortunate enough to have teachers who looked beyond who I was on the outside and who reached for those things that were hidden within me. So if I'm to say I have a philosophy about teaching and how to reach students, it would be to see the student beyond what they can see for themselves and to try as best to bring out of them that thing which they have not yet recognized is part of them. So that's how I empower my students. I look for the thing that is hidden, the thing that they might not yet understand, makes them who they are, and I use that to teach any concept. So Easy Writing Consultancy came out of the need to feed my family. I was unemployed at the time and I wanted to find something to do that would not only pay the bills, but that would also give me some form of enjoyment. And I love writing. So I started out by writing for a few friends who were at some level of study and needed the assistance. And it ended up being kind of a word of mouth story where it spread and spread, and I kept getting clients who wanted editing, proofreading, and adjustments to their work. And so that's how that was formed. The Tutor Hub came post-COVID when I noticed within my own community the real impacts of the deficit of not being in the classroom, and particularly when I saw how students were struggling to read. And post-COVID, I was back in the classroom teaching privately, and it was enormous, the amount of difficulty that our children had when it came to phonics and when it came to reading in general. And so Tutor Hub was birthed out of that. And it started with just about 4 children, 1 hour per day, helping them to read, helping them to do blends. And the community saw it as something good, and I increased in my numbers until I was able to find a permanent location. And then I started working with various groups, analyzing the deficiencies and sort of grouping the children into those and working with them. And it has now gone to a stage where I only do private work. I only work with select students because I've been able to take the children that I started with for 3 years. I was able to see a significant change in there and an improvement in there. And so I just, I felt like I did what I wanted to do. I helped them. So now I have just about 12 children that I work with, and they're at various levels where we're constantly on the go to see how we can measure the success of what we're doing in the next year. Lakim is near and dear to my heart because it came as a refuge for me. I lost my only sister just about 10 months ago, and Lakim is a dedication to her, but it's also me being able to express exactly how I felt in the moment. For writers, or at least my experience as a writer, sometimes there's so much going on in your head that doesn't make sense until you write it down. And for me, grief was outside of any experience that I've had in the past. It was hurtful, it's confusing, it's indescribable sometimes. And so Lakim is a reflection of exactly what I felt through the process. The book takes the form of poems written and an attempt at classifying them according to the stages of grief. And I say an attempt because when you do read the poems, you realize that the very skeleton that I built to hold the poems did not hold them because they bled into each other. So you might be in the section named Denial, but reading an anger poem. And that goes to show that the process of grief itself cannot be contained. And sometimes when you think you're at one stage, you're at another. So the work itself helped me keeps helping me, because I read them over and over again, keeps helping me to see that every part of grief needs a voice. And I gave my voice through the poems that I wrote. And so that's how I am navigating grief, by writing. I hope that they will know that it's okay to feel, because that was something that I struggled with, being okay with the feelings that I was going through. Especially where it came to anger. A lot of times when we're in grief, we don't know what to make of the anger that we feel. And I want my readers to know that being angry is okay. Being angry is understandable, and even if it is not understandable to anybody else, you must be able to see why you're angry. You must have a channel for that anger. You must be able to let that anger speak. And so I hope that when my readers read the book, that they will feel a sense of belonging, that they will feel and know that they're not alone, and that if they have a particular thought, it's okay. I smile because balance for me is something that I don't believe is attainable when you wear that many hats. What I do believe in, though, is the strength of a network. The strength of curating a network that can help you to stay ahead in the management of all that you need to do. And I'll give you a simple example. I have a 7-year-old who is my light in my life. But being a working mom and having multiple businesses to manage sometimes becomes a challenge to cater to all of the needs that he has. But I have a strong support system. I call them my tribe. And so I don't try to balance, I try to manage, and I try to utilize all of those who are part of my tribe. So I could remember just about 2 weeks ago, I had a really stiff work engagement where I was outside in the field, and I forgot that my son had a PAC meeting at his school. And balance, I don't know what balance I could have gotten while I was in the field and be there. But what I did have was a system. So I called up his godmother and I said, he has a meeting. Can you make this meeting this afternoon? And she's like, yes, no problem. And so when I got home, I got out of the field and I was back into Signal. I got 2 long text messages and I laughed because I said to her, these are not meeting minutes, these are meeting seconds. Because she was so detailed in telling me everything that happened at the meeting and all the decisions that I should have known. So for me, it's more about the network that I create that allows me. And I'm so blessed and honored that I have such a good network. My aspirations are linked and connected to a desire that I have to serve, and to serve in whatever capacity God would have me serve. I cannot say that without a doubt that I am sure of what all of my future looks like. But what I know is that I was called to serve people, and that in whatever professional aspect or professional sector that I find myself in, service is always the forefront of what I do. Personally, and especially in my writing journey, I've committed and I've given myself up to 2026, the end, to be able to have my first novel published. So that's one of my personal goals. Another personal goal that I have is to be able to connect the difficulty that I'm currently in with helping other people. And so I want to start a foundation in my sister's name that will be dedicated to providing support for medical personnel who might have mental health challenges. And so I don't know what exact form that will take, but I know that it's something that I want to do within the next year. I'd actually like to say to anybody who is currently walking a path of grief that resilience is yours, that you will come through it, you will be able to navigate, and you will do so as best as you can. And whatever your best is, that's in fact the only thing that you have to be concerned about. The best way that you can navigate.
As Phoebe's story continues, we reflect on her remarkable journey. Her unwavering commitment to education, tireless dedication to community service, and vibrant creative expression illuminate the potential within each of us to shape a brighter Guyana. We leave you today with a poem from her book, Lakim, The Ocean is Lying.
This is The Ocean is Lying. She was the lighthouse, so I don't believe in drowning. Say the ocean swallowed her? Fine, but don't ask me to believe she walked in. And if the waves dragged her, they must have lied. She wore defiance like perfume. She didn't fold easy. You hear me? She didn't fold. The water still tastes like her refusal.